The United States of America is in many respects a nation that cannot be compared to any other. The United States of America has acquired a diverse range of important distinctions over the course of its history. There is no shortage of truly remarkable things that can be said about the United States, from the fact that it is the world's leading military superpower and one of the wealthiest countries on the planet to the fact that it is home to one of the world's most diverse populations and the leading exporter of entertainment on a global scale. The United States of America is the nation that is home to the highest number of individuals who are extraordinarily affluent. Nevertheless, on average, its citizens are not the richest in the world. But before we start our video, it would mean a lot to us if you subscribed to our YouTube channel and pressed the bell icon. Let's get started. 1. The true heft of a flag. Betsy Ross is known for making the original 13-star American flag, but the current 50-star flag was made by a 17-year-old boy named Bob Heft. He came up with the idea for a history project in 1958. Even though Heft's teacher gave the banner a B- at first, the grade was changed to an A after Heft persuaded the White House to make the design the official U.S. flag. Going to great lengths. 2. It has no official language. People may say that English or even Spanish is the official language of the United States, but the country doesn't have any. From what we know, the Founding Fathers did not think it was necessary. At the time of Confederation, English was the most common language, so it didn't need any extra protection. Also, many people spoke other languages, so there was no need to worry about offending anyone. 3. It is the home of the Internet. Before what we now call the Internet, there were a lot of inventions and discoveries. In the 1960s, J.C.R. Licklider of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology made the idea of an intergalactic network of computers popular. After this came the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, or ARPANET, which was the first version of the Internet that could be used. Tim Berners-Lee of MIT made the World Wide Web in 1990. The World Wide Web is not the Internet itself, but it is the most common way to get on the Internet. And the rest is history, and it all began in the United States. 4. The U.S. has the world's biggest GDP. When discussing the wealthiest nations on the planet, the United States of America is not generally considered to be in first place. This is due to the fact that countries can be ranked based on their GDP per capita, which is essentially a country's total wealth divided by its total population. However, in terms of raw production power, and more especially with regard to gross domestic product, the United States comes out on top. 5. Almost all of Nevada is owned by the government. The federal government of the United States owns and manages all of Nevada's protected wildlife areas, forests, national parks, and monuments. These areas are abundant across the state of Nevada. Nevada is the location of a significant portion of the top-secret military installation known as Area 51, which is held by the United States government. If you can believe it, the government owns so much of the state's property that the sum of all of it equals nearly 80% of the whole state. 6. 100 acres of pizza are served there every day. Pizza is a national obsession in the United States. The Washington Post reports that people in the United States adore it to such an extent that approximately 100 acres of its well-liked cheesiness are consumed every single day within the country's borders. According to many surveys, the most popular food choice for Americans is pizza rather than the traditional hamburger, which is regarded to be the cornerstone of American cooking. 7. The capital was originally New York. In 1790, Washington, District of Columbia was not the center of all political activity. In reality, George Washington took office as the nation's first president in New York City, which was serving as the nation's capital at the time. Following a conference in 1790 between Alexander Hamilton, who was the Secretary of the Treasury, and Thomas Jefferson, who was the Secretary of State, the capital of the United States was officially designated as the City of Washington, District of Columbia. A quid pro quo was established when Hamilton made a concession to Jefferson, a Virginian, about the location of the capital, and Jefferson made a concession to Hamilton regarding his proposal for the federal government to take on the debt owed by the states as a result of the Revolutionary War. 8. The U.S. uses about 17% of the Earth's energy. In addition to pizza, the United States of America is very fond of its power. According to the data provided by the United States Energy Information Administration in 2017, the total amount of energy that was consumed in the country was approximately 98 quadrillion British thermal units, which is, to put it bluntly, a lot. 9. More than 10% of Americans have worked or will work at McDonald's. It is a well-known fast food chain, and is a significant employer in the United States. It is estimated that almost 1 in 8 people living in the United States had held a job at the mega restaurant at some point in history. 10. Alaska has the longest coastline. An astonishingly extensive coastline spanning around 6,640 miles can be found in Alaska, 10,686 kilometers. It is stated that this stretch of coastline is longer than the coastlines of the other 49 states put together. There are a total of 12,383 miles of coastline in this country. 11 slaves helped build the White House. In 1792, when a call went out for laborers in Europe to come to the United States to help establish Washington, D.C. as the nation's capital, there were not enough people who responded to the appeal. As a result, the government officials sought the assistance of African Americans, both those who were enslaved and those who were free, although the number of enslaved Africans was probably greater given the expense. These men constructed the White House as well as a number of other early government buildings in the United States. After all, the land of the free only provided liberty to a select few. However, many people in each and every group showed bravery. 12 more people now live in New York City than in 40 of 50 U.S. states. No wonder NYC appears bustling. New York City is the most populous city in the United States, with a population density that makes it roughly equivalent to that of the state of California. The staggering population density of New York City is 27,000 people per square mile, and there is a birth in the city every 4 minutes and 4.5 seconds on average. 13. The water in Lake Superior could cover all of the Americas. If you were to spread out all of Lake Superior's water, it would really cover both the North American and South American continents in a huge pool that is approximately 1 foot deep. This lake is located on the international border between Canada and the United States. We certainly hope that life would never descend to such a state, both for our sakes and for the sake of the fish. In addition, 10% of the world's freshwater is contained within Lake Superior. 14. In some states, there are more cows than people. The cows are not going anywhere anytime soon. According to Vox, the states of Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Wyoming have a smaller population of people compared to the number of cattle in those states. These states have a combined total of 32,489,391 cows in their livestock populations. That equals more than a third of the total number of cows in the United States. 15. The Statue of Liberty isn't in New York. In spite of the fact that it is shown on practically every piece of tourist souvenir available for purchase in the Big Apple, the Statue of Liberty is not actually located in the city of New York at all. In legal terms, it belongs to the city of Jersey City in New Jersey. Who would have guessed? In October of 1886, the statue was presented to the United States of America as a gift from France. These are the top 15 facts about United States of America. If you like the video, leave a comment and also subscribe to our channel for more videos. Press the bell icon for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching.